everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Safe Space podcast by iSafe Global, where we have honest conversations that challenge our thinking, encourage growth, and also empower us to become a better version of ourselves. And today, I'm your host, Ibukolua Adio, and here with me, I have two incredible youths. And I also have with me here our senior program specialist at iSafe. So we will be talking about a very interesting topic where everybody here will be sharing their unique perspective on the conversation, which is titled "The Fear of Starting Over and Why It Is Not Too Late to Start Over." So if you're somebody that is afraid of starting over or you're scared of taking a leap of faith, this episode is for you. So first things first, let's understand the fear of starting. I mean, starting over can be very, very uncomfortable. So I'll be asking Favor. Favor, has there been any time that you wanted to start again or start a new skill? Were you afraid? Did you hold back? What were the things that held you back?
Yeah, there was a time like that when I actually hesitated to, start something new. Or, like, for example, when I wanted to start my brand, for
Mm-hmm.
example, I had wanted to start a business, but I have been, what would people say? Will people buy, and I actually just started. I didn't wait for a perfect time again to start the brand. Then I started the brand, but I found out I don't have the skill to actually
Mm.
scale it on social media. So that's why I came for this program, and I have. So for me, there's no perfect timing to start up something. You want to start it, start at that particular time.
Yes, amazing. I think one common thing that I can get from your answers is that there's no time to start anything.
Yeah.
When you want to start, just pick up and start. So I want to ask our senior program specialist. You've had experience with a lot of youths on different programs, right? So what do you think usually stop them from wanting to take a step or to learn a skill or to take or to start something? Or what do you think makes them afraid of starting something?
Well, thank you so much for having me here today. Yes, over the years here in IC Global Consulting Hub, we've had to work with a lot of young people, ranging from our team members here and then in the communities where we work, where we do lots of training skills, uh, both technical, vocational skills training and all of that, youth empowerment across various fields. Yeah, but one thing that we have found out is why we have very resilient and passionate youth. Most times they are so maybe they're afraid of the unknown. For some persons, they may see that they have, of course, not really seeing it. They really have some responsibilities, and some other things to pay attention to. And then sometimes leaving those aspects, or maybe let me say comfort zone, so to say, to take a step further can be quite challenging because they are so unsure about the outcome of such skills or such programs. They are not really certain about the realities. Then sometimes they'll be like, I don't think I should continue with what I am doing currently, at least at all. I'm bad part,
Yeah.
the regular language that we use. So, but at the end of the day, you still see some that really want to go for that. And then most times through our encouragement, through our need assessment, because one thing that we do particularly here at iSave is the fact that we don't just, push young people to just go learn any skill. We want them to learn the skills that they really are passionate about, or the skills that they will really thrive in, or that they really like to learn, as opposed to telling someone that wants to learn, let me say fashion designing, for instance, you're telling the person to know, go learn this other skill instead. So we have really come to realize that when young people really have passion for a particular skill, they should be given that platform, or if such opportunity comes up, they should go into such skill and then avoid procrastination and work with deadlines. Some young people will see opportunity and they'll be like, okay, I will check tomorrow or I'll check later. And before you know it, they want to application quota may have
Close, yeah.
yeah, and then they will not meet up. Even for this TVET program that we have currently, a lot of young persons, were not really so sure, should I do it? They were just trying to figure in, and then before you know it, the portal has closed
As
and they did
close,
not
yeah.
get a chance to enroll. So procrastination is one of them. And then the fear of the future. Can I really thrive, or will I really thrive in this skill that I want to really learn? And so many other family factors, maybe, and of course peer pressure. My friend is doing this, I would like to wait and join my friend here. There's a lot of circumstances.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we can see that there's a lot of factors that stop a lot of young people from taking that decision. And I also think that one of the biggest factor is also cost. Sometimes they like to look at the economic costs of taking that step, because right now we're in a situation where cost is very, very important in anything that we are doing. But then again, the theme itself says skills for a shared future, right? So I know that for looking at that, we're talking about partnership, collaboration, and all of that. So I want to understand. I want to hear your perspective on what this particular team means to you as a youth.
Okay, personally, skills for a shared future means having to empower yourself in a way that you can also empower others. And also, you can also share your knowledge and collaborate with others as well. Me, for example, when I learned production, I the main goal was for me to be able to assist a lot of upcoming talents that don't have the opportunity to, record in like an expensive studio. Do you understand? So I did it. I sacrificed myself to do that. So now I'm enjoying the fruit of my labor because I have a lot of people that I'm working with that that have helped, that have collaborated with, and I'm happy about the result we are getting now.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Yes, people, what is your personal understanding of that team skills for a shared future?
Okay, thank you. To me, skilled skills for a shared future. Okay. To me, I feel um learning a skill is not just to empower myself only. It's also to create a positive impact to other people, to create give back to the society, to impact your communities, create opportunities for other people, not just yourself. So that's because we can't do this life on our own. For example, I have a shoot. I'm a hairstylist. I have I also have to include my friends that or people I know that are into makeup, fashion designing. Everybody, they said come together to make sure this shoot is a success. You understand? So for me, skills for a shared future is not doing things solo, involving different people to make sure something is a success, and also giving back, creating, will I say, em- empowering others. You have a skill, you want to also empower younger youth are trying to come up or trying to learn a new skill, give back, and give. The whole thing is creating a positive impact to the society.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. I think we can think about it like a multiplication effect.
Yes.
So it happens and then you multiply. Yes, you replicate it. So to Miss Esther, I want you to I don't know. So be honest, they've already shared their personal experience on skills for a shared future. Is there anything you want to add to that in relation to your experience working with different youths and creating different opportunities for them?
Yes, so I would add to that for us at iSave, we do not just train youth based on training sake with fear or righteousness. We look out for in-demand skills. That is skills that will be very relevant even in so many years to come. And this is also banking, for the future. Because in the near future, these young people would still be very relevant in such industry with their skills and with every other person that they meet in the future. You can see currently there are a lot of, let me say, new skills that are maybe all over the place. Let's even say AI now has even it's all over the place, and even people that have some other skills in the past, they're trying to to advance
Upskill.
or upskill themselves to
Mhm.
move into the reality now, because in the future, it's even the future is even not just
Yeah.
a lot of things are already happening, So this is also telling the young people or the youth that even the skill that you have, you need to continue to grow and develop in those skills like personal development. Because if you don't do that, everybody will leave you behind. So we want to have skills or young people that always have something to offer, both as partner, both, in whatever space that they find themselves. You cannot just, like she said, you cannot work in isolation now currently. So even as social media manager, based on the training that we are doing, in the future, you need to work with other team members or other people based on your strength and maybe their own strengths coming together and building up something very, very unique and very important. Any great man or great person out there had at one point or the other leverage on the strength of other people, and those are the skills that they have developed earlier. So while we are now, even in this current phase now, let's keep developing our skills, improving on our existing skills, so that we always have something very important and meaningful to offer, even in 10 years, in 20 years to come.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ma. I mean, like, I think that we can come to a conclusion that it is so important for us to skill up. And I like to say that in Nigeria here we have a lot of young and amazing minds, like young talent, amazing minds that can be empowered and also, I don't know, they can change the trajectory of what is going on right now in our country. But then, because of the targets of this episode, people who are afraid to start again, we want to be specific. So I'd like to ask, is there any skill you're currently learning right now? Are you learning a skill right now?
Yes.
Okay, so can you share the skill you're learning with us?
Right now, I'm learning social media communications.
Okay, social media communications. What about you, Favor?
All right. I'm also learning social media.
And communications. Okay. So I would like to ask questions regarding that. So like you're learning a skills. I believe you just started learning these skills with the TVET program, right? So yeah. So now this skill you're learning, can you share with us how it can contribute to something bigger than your income? So we're learning social media and communication. Obviously, the first reason you're learning it is your income. You want to earn more. You want to add to your income. But is there a way that skill can contribute to something bigger than your income? Maybe your family, your country. Can you share that with us, please?
Well, now I'm in the learning phase. I think we are learning for like 6 months. And I believe after learning, I'll still need to do some sort of experience training per se,
Okay.
because I'll give myself, let's say, 6 months after learning to master what I've learned.
Okay.
Then after then, I can get job roles or I can use it to expand my own business,
Okay.
which in turn can bring more income.
Can bring more income for you because you already do production. So social media and communication with production is a blast. So something important that he said is that the learning phase. It's going to take 6 months for him to do the learning himself, and then another 6 months to do like an experience training. Then before he starts to even put it into place to learn and to make more and all of those things. So which means that at the end of the day, the learning phase is very, very important. All right. So yes, Favor, what about you?
Personally, I have taken courses on social media management before TVET. So coming here was just more like to cement what I have actually learnt before. To, like I said, it's in its learning phase. I'm actually trying to get better, gain confidence on social media management and communication. So for me, I have a brand. I'm a hairstylist and hair vendor. So I'm trying to merge these two things together to actually grow my online presence. And so for now, your question says, how can I use it to grow my
Grow something
bigger? Okay,
aside your
and
income.
aside my income, training others. Yeah, I love teaching, so I can also incorporate this to incorporate social media management to train other people on the whole knowledge I've acquired, use it to train people to actually understand what social media management is all about.
Yes, amazing. Thank you very much. I want to direct the question back to you again, Favor. So we talked about this in the initial beginning. We talked about the reasons why a lot of people are afraid to start again. A lot of youths are afraid to start or take a step. You shared your experience about what how you've thought about the process of starting a new skill again. So then another question that might be popping in people's minds are why? Why should I start again? Okay, fine. Yes, it's okay. You told me it's not too late to start again. So it's like, why? So I want you to share a moment with us where learning a skill. Remember, you said you've learned, you're an stylist.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you've already even started learning social media management before.
Yeah.
So how can you share a moment with us where learning these skills has directly changed your confidence, opened opportunities to you, and also increased your income?
Okay, personally, I will talk about the Favor brand. That's my brand. I initially started as a hair vendor, just selling hairs, you understand? And so it was going well. I was growing little by little, but it got to a point that I couldn't continue selling unstyled hairs to my customers. It wasn't really professional or for me or of me, you understand? I found it, my customers are not happy. They will get a hair from me, and that whole hassle of going to give another hairstylist my unit, to me, they will not style it the way
Yeah.
I advertised it. So I saw a need for me to go and learn
Learn.
hairstyling. Yes, so that's when I went to learn it, I started styling the unit by myself,
Yeah.
and I was able to give my customers exact
Exactly what they
they
want.
ordered.
Yeah.
You understand? And now it also helps me in a way that I don't give out that money to hairstylists. I
Hairstylist
am now
anymore, yes.
selling. I am also collecting
Yes,
money
the
for
money.
styling because
Yeah.
that is extra money
Extra
charge
income,
for
yes.
me, extra
Yes,
income
for
for me.
you.
So now I'm actually doing the combo,
Get
selling
her.
hairs and styling hairs. So that is it. Actually increased my confidence. Now I'm very sure that what you order
You
is
get
what
it.
you get
Yeah.
from me. So that is it.
Yes, I think that's a very beautiful one. Thank you very much. Yes, Emmanuel, do you want to share with us how learning a skill has changed your income opportunities and your confidence?
I'll go back to production, which I learned earlier. I started as a talent manager, but I realized I'm as good as the talent I'm managing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? I couldn't get opportunities then if I didn't have talents. Then I said, what other skill will I learn that'll put me in the center point of the music industry? Then I picked music production. And so far, so good. I've been able to connect with a lot of people because I had access to radio stations. Because one way or the other, you need music, you need production, you need some sort of way to pass music in any form. Do you understand? So it has helped me connect with radio presenters, artist managers, record companies, and artists. So I would say learning that and maybe upskilling myself, trying to learn production has really helped me. And that's given me opportunities, has opened doors for me too, and increased my income as well.
So yes, thank you very much for that. So I want to go back to our senior program specialist, Miss Esther. Right. So I would like you to add more to what they've said, right? Share with your own experience because I know that you acquired a lot of skills. It's plenty. How has it increased opportunity for yourself, for your organization as a whole? How has upskilling increased your confidence, your income, and also your opportunities?
Thank you so much. I will respond to this in two ways. First, personal on the personal note, and then for the organization. So, sharing my personal experience, let me say when I joined the organization, I I'm someone that really loves to learn, even from school. I know I was in the arts class, but trust me, whenever they are learning geography, chemistry, physics, you see me there. Despite, except I have maybe another class running under my art class. So I've just been that way. And then coming to the organization, I know I was employed on a different note or different role, but I had this our content creator then. She also designed, some of this basic design. Whenever she shares her design, I'll be like it looked like magic to me. But then I realized it's actually human doing this. And what I do is I reach out to her. I like asking questions a lot. I don't really, dull on that. So I always reach out to her, maybe directly or even on general group. Please, how did you do this? How did you come up with this and all of that? And she was able to put me through, and that was how I learned Canva. I learned how to design using Canva because she was always like, see how to do it and all of that. I always ask her, and thank God she was someone that was very open to responding to me. And I was just learning that for fun then. But trust me, at some point, there was not a need in the organization, around doing basic design and stuff. And because I had, tried to develop that skill just because I loved it, not because I was looking for a job around that. Now, there was a need in the organization to do basic design and stuff at some point, and I was able to, fit in to that. And I started doing that. At some point, I was managing the organization social media. Okay. Yeah, based on the basic skills. And then because of that, I kept on, learning new design and all of that. And it was something very, very interesting. And one thing I keep telling young people is that whatever skill you learn, no one can take that from you. Even if you learn from any organization that you are working, you may just be working and earning your salary. If you have opportunity to learn additional skill, learn it for yourself because you don't know where life will take you tomorrow. And that skill you learn out of, just you just want to add more skill, maybe you want to save your food on your table on your next role in another organization. Right. So this has just been me. I just like learning new things, and trust me, they have just been very, very benefiting to me and of course to people around me. And then for young people, I would say young people like me, of course, currently, just like my experience, I would say do not be, you know, do not limit yourself to what you think you know at the moment, to the skill you think you know at the moment. And even if you're very good at that skill, still try to look out for trends, still try to look out for gaps, or still try to look out for other ways you can develop in that particular skill. Do not relax and think because you've already known it, you don't need to learn more. People may still leave you behind, like I said earlier, right? So keep developing your skill and then look at for ask questions like I used to do. Ask questions. Do not follow maybe what your friends may be doing at the time if they do not really align with your purpose, right? You can single yourself out from social if they are not moving towards your direction and try to develop yourself, build your skill, build your potential, and who knows in the future you may really be happy you eventually learn those skills. And wait for no man. Yeah. And then, like I also gave an instance sometime, there was still a time I needed to learn a skill and I did not pay attention to learning that skill. And it then got to a point where I had to now pay. At the time, I can't share the story, but at that time, I had the opportunity to learn that skill for free because it was my mom, training other people on that skill. So I wouldn't have paid, of course. But because I didn't pay attention at the time, when I actually, got to know myself or found myself, I now discovered that I really loved that skill. But then my mother was no longer in that space at the time. And I had to go and pay money to learn the skill. But even at that, there was no time, to continue that skill. So the money that I even paid wasted, because at that point I now have so many responsibilities that I need to work and earn money or salary to cater to so many other needs. Leaving those needs to go focus on that skill, there was no time again to do that. So whenever you have a time to do a thing, go ahead and do it. Pay attention to it, because time waits for no man. And as we are young people, we will get to a point where there will be so many responsibilities. There will be children, there will be wife, there will be husband, there will be family, and everybody looking up to us. And that's why we may not really have as much time as we have now as young people. So whenever you have time, please make use of it. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you so much for that insight. So we're about to come to the end, but then I want to because we might have people who are younger that are maybe teenagers or they are young adults, like way younger than us, that would watch this. So the question I was asked is to answer to or is also going to answer to them. If you could tell your younger self one thing about starting over, about upskilling, what would it be? I'm going to start from Emmanuel.
I would say start
Start
now.
now.
Yeah.
Yes, favor.
Okay, I will say same thing. Start now. No perfect. There's no perfect time to start
Start
anything.
learning anything.
Once you have the opportunity, use it immediately. Because every expert started from somewhere.
Somewhere, yes.
So just start.
Yeah, yes.
That's it.
Yes, and I want to quickly point out the importance of transferable skills. Whatever you learn now, applicable everywhere.
Because some people might say money is a problem to start. I remember when I wanted to start go for this hairstyling skill, right? The whole money, the whole cost for it wasn't funny. I started reaching out to people. Can you assist? Can you assist? Can you do this? Can you do that? But for I didn't get that help. I didn't get that help sincerely. But at the same time, I didn't allow it to
It
Discourage you.
motivates
discourage
you,
me.
yeah.
I just had to start from somewhere, and I was buying my equipment one at a time, and now I've literally gotten almost everything. You understand? Just that. That is just the truth. I was procrastinating. I was supposed to start it some months back, not this year. Last year, I think. I was supposed to start it July. Immediately, I was done with my NYSC. But I kept procrastinating. I kept procrastinating. But thank God I started November. How many months had passed? But the good thing was I started. You understand? I
Yeah.
started.
So speaking about course, my dear young people, there are so many free skills training. I've just been talking about free skills training because that's what we do here, right? So there are many free skills training out there that are still even in line with what you really would like to do. So if you cannot afford the cost of such training, you may need to explore those opportunities in case there are free training around your area, and where you can, of course, maybe you don't see such an opportunity, save up. There are some sacrifices you can make. You can start saving up bit by bit. You don't just wait until maybe it is time. So if you're planning to start maybe training, say next 2 months or 3 months, you can start now. Those small funds that you get, you can just be keeping them somewhere. Who knows, before 3 months or before the next time you want to start, you'll be able to do something. And some skill center accept instrumental payment. You can pay in installment and then you start. Nothing should be an excuse. Do not limit yourself to those.
I believe that we've had and we've learned a lot from this episode. And I say thank you to our amazing guests for contributing your own quota and your own knowledge to this particular topic and discussion that we've had. So again, one skill can change your future. I would like to tell you from iSafe, happy World Youth Skills Day. Thank you very much and see you next episode.